TGR. What's up, guys? It's Rudy, and on the other side we got
your boy Gia, the #1 rapper in all of TGR, Onix.
Ciao. I'm never gonna let that go, man. It's so good. So I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Xbox Series X had their first look at their gameplay, and I don't know, man. If you haven't seen our reaction, it's out there. But we wanted to talk a little bit more about it. We wanted to go ahead and kind of go into it, and we're just gonna essentially go from game to game, kind of like talk about it and whatnot. The first and foremost, we wanted to talk about the first thing that popped up, and that was Bright Memory Infinite, man. Like, what a surprise that this was made by one freaking person.
You know, as I was watching the trailer, and you hear me in the reaction, I was kind of, it looked good, it looked pretty,
right?
But I was still kind of, it looks kind of rough, it sounds rough, and then I just realized, when they said it's one dude, I'm like, oh, that makes perfect sense.
Right.
Now, apparently, the game is on Steam Early Access. It's been on there for a while, which is kind of cool. But it's coming to the Xbox Series X as well, which you'll see like the ray tracing and stuff like that on it, according to this Verge article I'm reading. But it because it's a one-person job, very surprising. That is like, wow, that's dedication, I guess. That game looks good for a freaking one-person job. Right?
I was like, holy crap, man! Like, when he said that it was done by one guy in China, I was like, what? That's insane, man. That's insane. But no,
pretty crazy.
It looks pretty good. It looks like a culmination of like all of our favorite games, like you said on.
Dude, seriously, and the reaction, it's like I saw some Dark Souls, I saw some Sekiro, I saw some Titanfall. Like, it's just a bunch of stuff, man. So that might make it a pretty unique game, or it might just make it feel like a little bit of everything, but not really good at all those things. So. Only time will tell, I guess.
Yeah, like what's the saying? The jack of all trades is a master of none.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens, man. But the next game was Call of the Sea. What'd you think of that?
I mean, so it looked good. It looked like. I don't know. I really like the style, the graphics. I thought. I don't know if it reminded me of anything per se, but it's got that cell shadiness going on.
Right.
It's apparently a puzzle game. That's about all we know.
Yeah.
So I think it looks good. It looks pretty impressive. I just didn't see enough for me to be like, whoa, I need to have that. But it looked good.
Yeah, that ending with like the webbed hand swimming in the water, I was like, whoa, what the heck?
Like, will you be able to maybe take a different form of a different monster to do certain puzzles, maybe? Or like, will the main character have like different monsters that she could use? So maybe like that swamp thing looking thing for the water, maybe a flying form for when you need to fly. I don't know.
Yeah,
could be anything, I guess.
I'm kind of like in the same boat. Like, I saw it and I was like, oh, this is pretty. This looks nice. Like, I immediately thought that it was BioShock. Like, I
know, that was your first guess. Whoa, BioShock?
It had like that same feel from Infinite, like that old school but not sort of American-ish vibe. I don't know.
I think they're both set in the same time period, so that could be it.
Maybe
because this says it's set in the 30s.
Oh well, yeah, that has like that same feel. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see what happens in regards to that. The next thing that was out there was Chorus, or Corvs, as we thought.
I'm going to forever call it Corvs. I'm sorry.
Corvs, yeah.
Yeah, no, Corvs is a much more unique name than Chorus. Chorus is so cool. It looks like a mature Star Fox.
Right.
That's
right.
Literally what I saw it as.
And I'm okay with that, man. Like, I saw it and I was like, ooh, like this it looks like a fun adventure. And I don't know, like we
didn't see much.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of I mean, I'm sorry to say this now, but I feel like this whole thing was a little bit of nothing in a way.
Yeah.
And I'll elaborate on it later, but we didn't see much of this, and we didn't see much of a lot of games. I'll be honest.
No.
But from what we saw, it looks pretty, and I want to see more.
Yeah. I feel like that's like a lot of what we saw was it's pretty, and we want to see more. 'Cause, I mean, look at Dirt 5, which was like the next one. Like it looks pretty. Racing games are always pretty.
Right.
They always show, whatever the next gen console can do. I'm pretty sure that Forza is gonna look way better.
Oh yeah, I think that look like a beast, man.
Oh, dude, like, I mean, even now with the Xbox One X, like, it looks freaking sexy, man.
It really
So,
does.
So we'll see. I don't know. But Dirt 5 for me was just, it looked like a racing game.
Yeah, I mean the Dirt series it's like a little bit more arcadey than
Right.
like of course like Gran Turismo or
Mm-hmm.
or Forza. So I guess we'll wait and see. I said it during my reaction. I still feel the same way. It looks good, and all that, but I didn't see anything that made me feel like, whoa, this is next gen. But
Right. I mean, you could tell that it was third party.
yeah, for sure.
But dude, the next game, now this one was a heavy hitter, man. I was
See, this is every conference, every presentation, anything that you look at, any direct, any Inside Xbox, any state of play, or any E3 conference you may have ever attended or just seen online. There's always this one game that will always transcend time and space itself. There's always that series that will forever be a building block
Really?
of what I call the gaming stratosphere.
What game is that?
Madden, baby. Can we move on now?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, cool.
It's another Madden game. The next game though, Scarlet Nexus, man.
Anime.
Yeah, it looked cool. Yeah, I mean,
It looked like Scarlet. What the hell?
Astral
It
Chain.
looked like Astral Chain.
Astral
right?
Chain,
A little
man.
bit like Astral Chain.
Yeah,
A little bit like I don't know, DMC. It's a character action game for sure.
yeah.
It looked cool. Again, another announcement trailer, so it didn't really show us like any deep dive into the system.
Yep,
It looked good though. It's anime.
I mean, it seems like this entire thing was just like a bunch of announcements, world premieres, showing off new things, and I feel
Yeah,
like
no, you're absolutely right.
these are the things that didn't make a big enough splash to actually be there in that E3 era because they're gonna have
That's
another
true.
Inside Xbox. They have to in that.
You're absolutely right. No, you're absolutely right. That makes a lot of sense because like. You're right. Let's just go down the list.
Yeah,
We got
just
Scorn.
We got Scorn, which scared me.
Scorn looks gross, but Scorn has been made for a while though. That's the thing. Scorn, I've said it before. They've been sponsors for the Easy Allies podcast previously, so I know this game has been in the making for a few years. So I guess it's coming close to finally being made. It's gross. That looks disgusting, and as a tech demo, impressive. Like if that was all in engine, yeah, next gen looks pretty good. But it's gross. But again, we didn't see any gameplay at all.
Yeah, that's
Just
true.
saw stuff.
Yeah.
We saw
I mean,
penis.
it's all based off of and I'm totally gonna botch his name, H.R. Geiger.
That's what it looks like. Yeah, it looks like it was inspired by his like art style.
Yeah,
I mean, I dig it. It's cool. Whatever.
It's a horror game. There's
Yeah.
there's no other way that I could look at it. The next game though was Second Extinction, which I thought it was Turok. The moment that you said that it was Turok, I was like, whoa. Like
Right.
this could be Turok. Like I could see it, a next gen Turok. Not saying that the games have been amazing from what I hear. I mean, I don't know. I've never been like a fan.
The
ever
first
since
couple of Turoks were
N64.
really good. Yeah.
N64 was like amazing, man.
Yeah, those were good games.
I killed so many afternoons going to my friend's house playing that game. But
Yeah.
no, Second Extinction looks good, man. It looks like an open world. Let's kill some reptiles.
That's what it looks like, man. I don't know. It's whatever. And that's I kind of feel the same way about the Ascent. It's
It's a twin stick shooter.
I mean, apparently it's an RPG, action RPG,
Really?
according to this Verge article. So
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know how to play.
I see.
Graphically, it looks impressive. I will give it that.
Oh yeah, it looked pretty.
But yeah, it's cool. That's the most I can say about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's another typical, not to say that twin stick shooters are always the same, but it's a top-down shooter from the looks of it. I could be entirely wrong. I mean, they might like go deeper into it because again, this is only an announcement trailer, so they might go deeper into it and be like,
Absolutely.
"You're wrong, Rudy. This is so much more," and they'll just be like, "Here you go."
Eat your heart out, baby. Fire Emblem, pfft, move out of the way.
Get
It's
out
the
of
ascent
here.
time.
Seriously. But the next game that was shown, in my opinion, it piqued my interest. It had Silent Hill vibes for sure for me, and that was the Medium. Dude, that looked freaking amazing. Like,
It does. It actually does look really good. And I'm reading here in the Verge article. Apparently, this is the same studio that did Blair Witch, Observer, and Layers of Fear. I don't know the last two, but I know the Blair Witch game that was the recent Blair Witch game was a pretty good game from what I read, and people really enjoyed it. So hey, that actually might be good.
yeah, I mean, dude, based on, I mean, it was a cinematic trailer. There was like very little gameplay. I think there was maybe a little bit near the end. Before they like cut it off, but it looks like it's very intriguing. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see until there's more.
Right.
So.
And yeah, we'll have to see more of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2.
That's a long name.
It's a very long name. And you know what? I said it in the reaction, like I feel like this is an old game, and it is. It's an RPG from back in the day. And I remember seeing, now that I see the name written, I remember reading or seeing ads for Vampire the Masquerade. Like way back, like when I was reading EGM and stuff. So that's why it rang a bell. I'm like, I feel like I should know this game.
I mean, I have no idea. Like, I thought it was Vampire 2. Like, I was like, oh, you know, like
Oh, it was the first Vampire.
yeah. And now it's like a modern day one. That's cool. But I don't know. I didn't play the first one for the record, guys. Like, it didn't intrigue me to the point of actually downloading it, especially after some of the reviews that I read. But you know, c'est la vie. The next one though, which I'm sure if you saw the reaction, you heard how happy Onix got.
This is my most happy, like this is the best like thing they showed during this whole thing.
Screw Assassin's Creed. Yakuza like a dragon.
Baby. Hell yeah. Yakuza like a dragon. The Yakuza series has much better gameplay than Assassin's Creed, and I know that's people are gonna be like, you're fucking nuts. Well, yes, I am. It still doesn't matter. So I'm very excited for this. It's gonna be an RPG. It's not gonna be an action adventure beat 'em up with like deep systems anymore. It's gonna be straight up turn-based RPG. That is wild. I cannot wait. The game looks wacky enough with a really endearing main character again so far. It's gonna be a launch title for the Xbox Series X, which again, super awesome. And I just, I hope this series takes off. It deserves the love. I also like they're not naming it Yakuza 7 Like a Dragon. It's just Yakuza Like a Dragon. Right. So people won't be like fearful, like, holy crap, this is the 7th game. I mean, it worked for Final Fantasy way back in the day, but I don't think it'll work with Yakuza.
I don't know. I mean, Yakuza right now, it's on Xbox Game Pass.
Yes,
and I'm pretty sure I have them downloaded. Yeah, it was Yakuza 0 and Kiwami. Yep. So I mean, it's there. I'm ready to play it. But no, man, like I'm excited for it simply because the story, above all else, seems so epic. Like, and we've had discussions about it where you're just like, dude, like all the Yakuzas are epic. But I'm really excited for it. Based on that Verge article that we have linked in the description below, it will support cross-save functionality between the Xbox One and Xbox Series X. Dude, that's awesome. I love the fact that they're doing that with a lot of their games.
That's such a smart idea.
It is. Like, dude, it's like, yeah, you don't have to buy the Xbox Series X immediately at launch in order to play the game. I don't know. Next gen Xbox is doing it right.
They really are, man. They're setting themselves up for an amazing start. They really are. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. But the very last trailer they showed was the one they kept hyping up the most during the whole thing. Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
And there's like no...
There was like 10 seconds of gameplay.
Right. I mean...
I didn't see no assassinin. I saw some Vikinging.
You saw some axe throwing.
I did. But that was it, man. That was a weak trailer. If that was our first gameplay reveal, like that was weak.
Yeah,
truly. I did not like that. That was pretty boring.
And I think I have to go back to what I said earlier, that like I feel like they're just holding that back until the what is it? Until they
like
actually
the E3
present
season,
it. Yeah, in their next Xbox Inside Xbox sort of thing.
Yeah.
So
I mean, this if that's what this is, if this is essentially just a teaser of things to come, I don't want to say that it's like a waste of time, because it's not. You know, we did get to see some stuff and say, okay, that's actually next gen, but nothing that I saw today made me feel like, oh damn, dude, look at next gen. Not
yeah,
one thing, not one thing.
yeah,
And a lot of it was early stuff. A lot of it was cinematic. So one thing that I'm seeing, this is a trend, and this will be the, I'm not gonna speak too much on this because this is it could be a long conversation, is that
it's fine, man. We're here to converse.
that's very true. That's very true. But still, one thing that I've noticed is going into these next generations, all I'm seeing is just better looking games than before. And that's fine. That's obviously the natural thing, right? We're gonna first look at the graphics and say, okay, yeah, it looks next gen. But what will it take for it to feel next gen, right? You know, I can't remember the last time that I played a game that I was just like, this feels like a dream. Well, no, you know what? Final Fantasy VII Remake came pretty close to that, right? Because it looked so good, it felt so good that it gave you that like, yeah, this is the best of the generation in terms of gameplay and graphics, right? But before that, I can't think of it. Yeah. Undertale came pretty close, about 5 years ago, because it was so meta breaking, so fourth wall breaking, right? It used the system against you, right? Game crashing, resetting, like that kind of stuff is like, okay, that's using what the capabilities of the hardware that we have in very unique ways, and I don't see that with anything that I've seen so far for next gen. So
yeah, and like there's no other games this gen that you're just like, oh man, like this was like the best thing.
Nier Automata is another game from this gen that was like, ooh, that pushed some shit because it told the story, even using the system itself, like the UI of the game was used to tell stories. So that's, again, an innovative way to tell a story using what technology we have now. So I would probably look at those two games and Final Fantasy VII from a more basic standpoint of how to tell a story well and how to make you feel like this is like cutting edge technology. But again, the stuff that we saw here, I don't see anything yet that I could say. Obviously, we haven't played them yet. This is just from a preview standpoint, but yeah, that's how I feel.
I mean, I'll be 100% honest with you. It's like the jump from PS1 to PS2 was like massive.
That was a huge jump, man.
Massive.
Huge.
Because like PS1 was just like everybody's still figuring out how to work
3D,
with 3D.
dude, like, what the fuck? What are these triangles?
Exactly, like polygons. What? And then PS2 to PS3, or Xbox to Xbox 360, like that jump was exponential because HD became a thing. Right?
Textures were so much higher. Like the lighting in particular was incredible. Like a lot of people will argue that PS1 to PS2 was a bigger jump, and yeah, in terms of polygons, it 100% was. You went from a 32-bit system, right, when bits were a thing, to 128 bits, which was, I mean, again, that's a big ass jump.
It is.
But damn, dude, I don't know. To me, the PS2 to PS3 jump was like so. Like look at like end game or end of life cycle PS2 games. You got things like Final Fantasy 12. You got things like God of War 2, which all look great. But then look at end of life cycle PS3 games. You got The Last of Us, right? You have like Metal Gear Solid 5. Like those games look incredible on the PS3,
right?
So and then from PS3 to PS4 and Xbox 360 to Xbox One, that jump was the smallest in my opinion.
It was because I feel like we're starting to get to the point to where visually, like you can only get more and more detailed. And it's more of those things where like you zoom in and you notice like the minute things.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. 7 Remake looks hell of a lot better.
Unless you're a door.
Well, right. Unless you're a door. But 7 Remake, like if you put Lightning and Cloud from 7 Remake right next to each other, you can tell which one is from each generation, right? It won't be like that discerning, or like it won't look that similar. You will be able to tell. Right. So, but I think just the beginning of this generation was pretty rough. So maybe a year or two into next gen is when we'll see like those like, showstoppers.
Well, I'll be honest with you, man. Like I remember reading an article at the beginning of PS4 and Xbox Xbox One X, or I'm sorry, Xbox One.
Yeah.
And the article simply stated that you shouldn't expect next gen consoles to like be amazing straight from the get-go. They
Right, that's true.
are the type of things where like you can know when you kind of like wake up, you're a little groggy, you're still kind of getting into the groove of things, and after you have your breakfast and everything like that, a few
Yeah.
hours into the day, that's when you like start churning and burning and knocking things out. That's how consoles are. They wake up, they're just like, oh, all right, cool, awesome, I'm here. And then they go ahead and they proceed, and after like a year and a half, maybe 2 years, that's when you really start to see like the heavy hitters. So I'm cautiously optimistic. It seems like this game is very beautiful, as well as all the games that have been shown. More things are going to be happening on screen. Audio is going to be amazing. I think that the envelope's going to be pushed, just not as much as people are expecting it in comparison to previous generations, if that makes sense.
Right. I mean, we'll see. It is a big jump in terms of power. I mean, I think.
Oh yeah.
Didn't the original PS4 and Xbox One have like maybe 2 or 4 teraflops, if I remember correctly, and we're looking at 12? That's a big jump. I know teraflops isn't the end all be all, right?
No, it's a culmination of multiple factors if you want to like compare,
Right.
but that's just
But that's
one
still
metric.
a huge jump.
Oh,
Yeah,
I agree with you. It is a huge jump, but at the end of the day, like it's like getting a new computer after 5-6 years.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Like you know
Literally.
exactly that feeling because you
7 years later.
yeah, and like I'm right there with you, man. Like I got a new computer like 7 years after I had mine, so it's like
Yeah.
you jump forward and you're just like, holy crap, how fast does this thing
huge.
load? Look how pretty these games
Yeah.
are.
Oh, man.
So I'm excited for next gen. I know
Yeah.
that it's going to be good. I'm very
Yeah,
very
I agree.
optimistic. So I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, for those that are still listening, I love you guys. You guys
Thank
are
you.
awesome.
We got off on a rant. We didn't even talk about Xbox like the showcase anymore. I
No.
mean, we had our thoughts. You know, it was okay. I'd give it a, I don't know, 6 tingle potato chips out of 10. I don't know.
Great. Now I need to find tingle potato chips.
I don't think those exist. So good luck.
Oh man, but no, guys. It's interesting. I'm excited. And if you're here still hanging out with us, we appreciate you. We
do.
appreciate. Yeah, I don't know. Just thanks.
Yeah. Thanks for listening to us ramble and not know how to end a thing.
Yeah. But yeah, no. If you're here and this is your first time listening, feel free to subscribe and hit the little bell and all that other stuff. And yeah, that way you can go ahead and stay up to date and all that other stuff. We do have.
Yes.
This is going to be listed on all the podcast channels eventually. Probably sometime after this is posted on YouTube, and you can go ahead and listen to stuff over there as well. We'll go ahead and put a link in the description below once it actually goes live. And yeah, man, I'm excited, man. I'm excited for the future.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, Onyx, anything else you want to add, dude?
Thank you for listening, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Deuces.
Bye.
Hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more and stay up to date, subscribe, hit the little bell, and join our Discord.
If you want to support the channel, please check out our Patreon or hit the join button below. As always, thanks for your support and thanks for watching.